Hello, my friends. How are you? I am actually on the road today, so I'm in a hotel room right now and getting ready for some interviews and media, and then a lecture in the evening in Connecticut. So I've been on the road this morning, hence a little late. Thank you for joining me. And I'm going to continue today in our exploration of our understanding of body, mind, spirit, the world, the universe, and what we call existence. That's one thing we can be sure of, that there is existence. We can also be sure of another thing, and that there is awareness of existence. The two go together. Existence and awareness of existence. So as we journey together from human to meta-human, we can continue examining the nature of both fundamental reality and experience reality. So thanks for joining me. Please give me your feedback and any criticism, any ideas, any agreements, any disagreements, all of that is welcome. And if you're enjoying this conversation, just press the like button. Also invite your friends to join us in this conversation so we can continue to expand our awareness of reality. So, hello Lisa from Australia, hello Smiley from Cape Town, hello Paulette, hello Saud, hello Nicole, hello Andrea, hello Rob, Haribol. Dan says, let's explore the subject. Okay, so let's explore the subject. The subject today is that your body is made of nothing, your mind has no location, your senses are the activity called knowing, and you are infinite existence. Simple. Your body is made of nothing, your mind has no location, your senses are the activity of knowing, and you are infinite existence. That's all we need to know. I could stop right here, but let me continue, okay? So look at the body from the scientific model, your body from the scientific model. And the first thing to realize is it's not a noun, it's a verb, it's an activity. And the activity is everyday experiences of eating, breathing, digestion, metabolism, elimination, perception, thought, feeling, emotions, desires, imagination, instincts, drives, memories, creativity, insight, intuition, vision, all of that is the activity that we call the body. So your body is not a noun, it's a verb. And this activity is happening in awareness. This activity is in fact a modified form of awareness. So you can look at the body as an activity, and if you look at it through the scientific model, then you say it's made up of organs and tissues and cells, and the cells in turn are made of molecules, and the molecules are particles that are moving at lightning speeds through huge empty spaces, and the particles themselves disappear into nothingness when they're not being observed. So as we go beyond the appearance of molecules and enter a subatomic cloud, and we go beyond the cloud, we end up with nothing. So even according to the scientific model, your body is made of nothing. Now, going from the other model, not the scientific model, but the consciousness-only monism, your body is an experience that is both perceptual and and also sensory experience. So your body is a perceptual activity, but it's also the activity of knowing the perceptual activity, which is the mental activity. Okay, so if you look at that, the body that way, when you look at it, it's a form, and it's changing form from fertilized egg to zygote to embryo to baby to toddler to teenager to adult to mature adult to old person to death. Okay, that is the form that the body takes as an activity, a changing form from conception to death. But the form is experienced visually as a perceptual experience, and if you close your eyes, the form is experienced intermittently as a stream of sensations. So you can say that the experience of the body is changing perception, cognition, mental activity. In other words, changing experience. And if you were to summarize the changing experience in one word, the changing experience of sensations, period. And sensations ultimately have no form as well. They are also made out of nothing. So once again, subjectively, your body is made out of nothing. Nothing is this appearance that we call body. When you understand this, you'll understand everything about existence. So now let's go to the mind. The mind has no location, I said. If you ask people where's the mind, they usually point to the head, referring to the brain. In other words, the brain is brain secretes the mind, just like the gallbladder secretes bile or pancreas secretes pancreatic juice. But that's a false construct. Nobody has shown. In fact, that's the hard problem of consciousness. If you assume the brain to be a material object, then there's no way to explain how electrochemicals in the brain produce any experience: thoughts, feelings, emotions, desires, memories, drives, perceptions, sounds, taste, smells, fragrances. So you can't say that the mind is located here. It's just happens to speak in English with an Indian accent over here. The best definition of mind that I've heard is from the neuropsychiatrist Dan Siegel, who says the mind is an embodied and relational process that regulates the flow of energy and information. So right now we're experiencing the space of shared mind. You and I and everybody who's here, we're all sharing mind. It's a relational and embodied process that is regulating the flow of energy and information in the ecosystem of existence. So where is the mind? Has no location in space or time. Obvious, right? The mind is embodied everywhere in the body, which is made of nothing, and it's also relational. Right now our minds are relating to each other in the ecosystem of existence, and that mind has no location. So the body is made of nothing, the mind has no location, is also made of nothing. What about sensory experience? Sensory experience is, of course, qualia, but we think of sensory experience as the five senses: sound, sensations and textures, forms, colors, shapes, fragrances, and flavors. So what is the location of sensory experience? Our senses are also an activity, the activity of knowing. Consciousness knows experience through sensory activity. And although we think of our five senses as the organs, the tongue, the nose, the ears, hands, and skin, and eyes, and we think of these as organs, the organs themselves are actually activities of consciousness. You can move your eyes here and there, look up here and there. You can contract your pupils, dilate them depending on the situation or the amount of light, and so on. So eyes are just the activity of seeing. Ears are the activity of hearing. Tongue is the activity of tasting. Nose is the activity of smelling and breathing and all that, but right now we're talking only about sensory experience. And the skin is the activity of sensing. In other words, our sensory organs are not really organs in the traditional sense. They are activities in consciousness that can be directed by attention and intention into experiences. And the organs that we associate with the five senses are actually activities that look like these organs. Just like the brain is what the mind looks at, just like the brain is what the mind looks like when somebody else is looking at it. So our sensory apparatus is what knowing and experience looks like when somebody is looking at you. But actually, these organs are not objects, just like your body is not object. They're also made of nothing, and they are activities that we call experiencing, sensing, hearing, tasting, smelling, and texture. All these are also activities of experience made out of nothing, made out of qualities of experience. So now we have an interesting situation. Our body is made of nothing. Our mind has no location, but is also made of nothing. And our sensory organs are activities also made of nothing. And so this nothing, as it curves back within itself, it creates the experience of what we call mind, body, and universe, with specific locations in space and time. Or should I say, with the illusory experience of being a biological organism along with other biological organisms in a theater of space-time causality with objects. This is the trickster that is God. This is the trickster that is God, curving back within itself, creating again and again. Prakratim swam vashtabai vishrajami puna puna. But if you follow this reasoning so far, then the formless is the only reality. The formless, infinite being is the only reality. And you are that. And because formless, infinite, borderless, non-local all mean the same thing, you are a non-local being having the illusory experience of locality, space-time, objects, causality, karma, recycling, reincarnation, all of that. Okay, so why know this? What is the benefit of knowing this? The benefit of knowing this is the formless can morph itself into infinite forms and phenomena. And you are that. That's the true meaning of Tattvamasi. Tattvamasi. Thou art that. You are that. I am that. All this is that. That alone is. And what is that? That is the formless that we are, the infinite formless being that we are, that interacts with itself and knows itself through modes of knowing and experience. And these modes of knowing and experience are qualia, generated in non-local consciousness, but reified as the objects of the universe. Reified. Reified means something that is made concrete, but in fact is non-local and not made of any substance, not of matter, not of energy, not of information, but made of possibilities. Tattvamasi. Also Sat Chit Ananda. Sat is existence, Chit is awareness, and Ananda is the bliss that comes from non-limitation. That's it. So those are the Mahavakyas. Aham Brahmasmi, I am the universe. Tattvamasi, you are that, I am that, all this is that. Sat Chit Ananda, that is existence, that is truth, that is awareness, that is knowingness, that is ultimate bliss, the knowing of non-limitation and infinite manifestations as form and phenomena. So, thank you. Until tomorrow. Your body is made of nothing, your mind has no location, your senses are the activity of knowing, and you are infinite existence manifesting as form and phenomena. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.